What's going on, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of Pokemon Journeys. Today I'm going to be covering episode 31, which involves Koharu, our queen, helping out a lot in today's episode. And also traveling for the first time in the series, and hopefully she does more traveling in the future. Anyways, if you like this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe as I cover the Pokemon Journey series on a weekly basis or whenever the episodes come out. I also do episode discussions as well for upcoming episode summaries and such. Anyways, let's get on to that review. The episode begins with Koharu, our queen, walking down the streets of Vermilion City when she gets a call from her brother regarding an issue. Meanwhile, back at the Sakuragi Labs, Ash and Go are watching over their Pokemon, and a funny moment here is that Ash asks Go where Sabl's at, and it's hiding because it's invisible, and yet Sabl's actually right in front of Ash and Go. And as Koharu shows up, they turn away, and that's when Sabal jumps right into the pond in front of them. So it was right in front of them the whole time. They could have actually seen Sabal, but they looked away at the wrong moment and they missed Sabal. I don't know, I thought that was funny. But anyways, Koharu over here, she asks Ash and Go to help her out because her brother has an issue with a bunch of friends of his in which they're actually fighting. They head over to Koharu's brother's location, and it turns out the kids are fighting over a Phoebus that this little girl owns, and her name is Nami. They're arguing because she thinks her Phoebus is cute, whereas the other kids don't see it that way. They think this Pokemon is ugly. Ash and Go are there to, try and say, oh no, Phoebus is actually pretty cool. And Go explains to them, hey, it actually evolves into a very powerful Pokemon and beautiful Pokemon, which they don't believe, and they instead focus on Pikachu. Reboot over here, he's had enough of the kids' BS. So he scares them away and they run away, which I thought was kind of funny. Reboot, he's not going to put up with anybody's crap. They then bring Nami and Phoebus over to the Sakuragi Labs, and it quickly gets along with Go's giant Magikarp and Goldeen, which was a pretty nice scene. However, they later on meet up with the professor and his assistants, in which he explains to Nami, hey, your Phoebus is going to evolve into a very powerful Pokemon, Milotic, which is actually also very beautiful. However, it's going to be some time before it evolves. So in the meantime, focus on developing a strong bond with your Phoebus, which was a pretty nice scene. The assistants also mentioned to the kids that, hey, there's also this Pokemon water friendship contest over in the Hoenn region, which you have to swim with your Pokemon and be elegant and all that stuff, but it's for little kids. So Ash, he wants to enter, but he's a little too old for this. But Nami, on the other hand, she and her Phoebus can enter this contest. Another interesting part to note here is that Koharu, she seems a bit disinterested, but her father kind of reminds her, hey, it's worth a shot, so, don't act all disinterested over here, it's worth a try, which I thought was a pretty nice scene, but more on that later. Now, Ash, Go, and Koharu decide to help Nami out with her training for the contest, and Ash being Ash, he thinks that it's a battle training, so he decides to train Phoebus with Pikachu, which Koharu rightfully yells at him, tells him, hey, what are you doing? This is not a battle competition. This is a swimming competition. What are you doing, you dumb? Anyways, we actually find out that Nami can't even swim. So that's when Koharu, in the heat of the moment, actually decides to help Nami out and teach her how to swim. While she's doing that, she instructs Ash and Go to train Phoebus so that it is able to swim a little bit more elegantly. Which, despite some hiccups early on, their training actually comes along very well. And this is actually a pretty nice moment here. Go actually picks up on the fact that Koharu seems a little bit more interested in Pokemon now, which annoys her, and he even tells her, hey, you weren't interested in Pokemon before, what's going on? So I thought that was a really nice moment. But anyways, once training is all done, the day finally comes, and they all set out for the Hoenn region via boat for the contest. And yes, Koharu has finally traveled with Ash and Go to another region. Finally, our queen has graced Hoenn with her presence. Fantastic. Now, Nami, she's a bit nervous to compete, and rightfully so. She's a 5-6-year-old girl. If it were me, I'd be nervous too. But anyways, you got Go over here, and of course, Go being Go, he catches a wing goal because he has to. It's Go. It annoys everyone, including me. However, he actually makes up for it by explaining to Nami that, hey, you need to work on your goal just like me. And her goal is to make everybody respect Phoebus and not see it as an ugly Pokemon. So, nice one, Go. Also, Team Rocket are here because, of course, they are. Anyways, the contest begins, and it seems like Nami has some competition. Anyways, we find out that the contest is actually being streamed online, and, conveniently so, those kids that were making fun of Phoebus earlier, yeah, they're at the Sakuragi Labs with Koharu's mother, watching the contest online, so they can see Phoebus as a beautiful Pokemon. I don't know, I thought that was a little interesting moment there. I did like this funny moment where Nami and Phoebus, it was their turn for the competition, and there's two swimmer ladies up in the stands, and they're like making fun of Phoebus, calling it ugly, and it's like, you guys, you two are like 20 years old. You're making fun of a little girl's Phoebus. Come on now. Which of course this triggers Koharu, which you don't want to trigger the queen. You're gonna regret it if you do that, as you can see from this episode. Anyways, things are going pretty well for Nami, to the point where everybody that was making fun of Phoebus earlier, they're taking it back. The kids, those two swimmer girls, yeah, they're all liking it. But as soon as things are about to wrap up, that's when Team Rocket interrupts and blows up a part of the stage. Seriously, Team Rocket? Screw you guys. This is a competition for young kids and you did that? You could have killed somebody. You could have killed a little kid. Screw you. Anyways, to make matters worse, their Magikarp sub thingy is stealing the kids' Pokemon. Seriously, screw you guys. This is kind of a little cruel on your guys' part this time around. And of course they have their gotcha machine because, you know, we just gotta have that wonderful gotcha machine that everybody totally loves. And this time around we get a Kingler and a Carvanha. And they engage Ash and Go. Well, whereas Meowth is over here, he actually attacks Phoebus. And the thing to note here is that Phoebus actually has a special scale on it, but it was knocked off when Meowth attacked it. As Nami tries to stop Phoebus, and she basically throws herself on Phoebus in order to protect it, it actually evolves as a result, because their bond deepened as a result of Nami selflessly, throwing herself on Magikarp, Phoebus, to protect it, and it evolves into Milotic, and it absolutely bodies Team Rocket. It completely destroys them and saves the Pokemon. And as a result of all this, Nami and the Milotic win the contest, and now her friends respect Milotic and see it as a beautiful Pokemon, and they see the error of their ways. Anyways, the episode ends very beautifully, with Koharu actually gaining newfound interest in Pokemon, seeing how amazing they are. And hopefully, Koharu travels with Ash and Go a couple times from now on. It would be very nice if she does so. So for me, this episode was quite a surprise. So the weird thing for me was that the summaries, when we got the summary for this episode, it's weird. So in the summaries, it didn't seem to indicate that Koharu had a major role in this episode, and it seemed like her brother was going to Ash and Go, which I find kind of strange considering it was her brother going to Koharu and it was Koharu going to Ash and Go to help them out. But yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I think that this was for the best. This was the right decision to do for this episode. Like, there's a lot of good things in this episode that I thought were great. I like the development of Koharu in this episode, and you're slowly seeing it as this series is going on. Because earlier on in the series, she's very disinterested in Pokemon. She seems very cold. She's very aloof. She's very distant to Ash and Go. She wasn't even very friendly with Ash at the beginning of the series, but you slowly see her getting a little bit more comfortable with Ash, and she's becoming more friendly towards them. And you see her slowly becoming more interested in Pokemon as time is going on. And another thing too is when her dad told her, it's worth a shot, at least try. And you can see this immediately influencing her, because as she sees that Nami over here can't swim, she decides to help out Nami by teaching her how to swim. And because she did that, Nami ultimately won this contest. So at the end of the day, Koharu really learned a lesson here, to at least try. She might actually succeed as a result. And she gets a newfound love and respect for Pokemon, which I think is fantastic for Koharu. I know the little girl, the character of the day, she was the one in the contest, but the real development here was with Koharu. And you see a little bit with Go too. I actually like what they did there, where even though I don't like the wing goal capture, he makes up for this by tying in his goal with her goal. And it's really well done in my opinion. So for me, all this stuff that they're doing with Koharu in this episode was great. And for the first time, we have Koharu traveling to another region, which is fantastic, and they did it the right way. So I'm hoping that Koharu does travel with Ash and Go more often in the future, because you see in this episode, her chemistry with the two improved a lot. And I think it worked very well. And there's a lot of us that want Koharu to travel with Ash and go at least a couple times more. And this right here shows a lot of potential for Koharu in the future. And hopefully maybe she goes with them to Galar sometime. I think that would be pretty nice for her to be in a 2-episode arc with them in the Galar region. My only real gripe with this episode is Team Rocket themselves. And this is Team Rocket at their worst, in my opinion. How they've been utilized in past series, where they just show up, they screw stuff up, the plot thickens, somebody gets some development, like a Pokemon evolves or something like that, and then they get blasted off. We've seen this so many times in the series. In this case, it's with not with Ash or Koharu, it's with Nami, with her Phoebus evolving, and Milotic bodies Team Rocket and sends them flying off. This, to me, you know, we've done this so many times to the point where it's like, I really just don't care about it anymore. And of course, the gotcha machine always annoys me whenever that shows up. So the episode kind of loses a couple points as a result of that. So, you know, a little bit of a generic plot line with Team Rocket, which they've done numerous times in the past, unfortunately. Other than that, the episode was fine. But that's all I got for this episode review. So overall, a pretty good episode. Some really good development for Koharu, and I hope our queen travels with Ash and Go again in the future to another region, to Galar, to wherever. I just want to see Koharu travel with Ash and Go and just see their dynamic. I think it would be very interesting. Anyways, I'm going to give this episode a solid 7 out of 10. Anyways, guys, what'd you think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe out there, everyone, and peace.